They call it ghetto when we do it, but trendy when everybody else does. Same slang, same style, same music, different label. So what changed? Try showing up to school with braids, twists, or an afro, and suddenly you are a problem. In 2017, Mystic Valley Charter School in Massachusetts suspended black girls for wearing box braids. The official line was that hair extensions were distracting. Parents called it out. NAACP and ACLU got involved. The school held its ground, claiming it was about equity. But equity did not mean everyone. It meant everyone who did not look too black. This is not ancient history. Across the country, dress codes and grooming policies keep finding new ways to say the same thing. Your hair, your style, your language, too much, too loud, too different. In Texas, a university memo in 2020 put students with cornrows on academic probation. Protective styles, the ones that keep your hair healthy, are labeled unprofessional. Workplaces are not shy about it either. An HR memo from Bank of America in 2021 told employees that tight braids and extensions are not permitted for client-facing roles. Disney Cruise Line just last year said natural afro textures had to be neatly trimmed. After backlash, after TikToks, after petitions, companies scrambled to rewrite the rules. But the message lands first. If you show up as yourself, you are out of line. It is not just about hair. Try using AAVE in a job interview. Studies show resumes paired with a voice using Black vernacular get 31% fewer callbacks. Workers who use AAVE on the job earn 8% less per hour, even with the same experience. In the classroom, schools with mostly black students report 12% more suspensions for unprofessional hair. The label ghetto sticks, and it costs opportunities, paychecks, respect. People get policed for how they talk, how they dress, how they wear their hair. It is not about quality or professionalism, it is about control. And every time it is the same cycle: reject, mock, copy, profit, accept. The penalty comes early, the profit comes later. They did not upgrade the culture, they upgraded who gets credit for it. Maybe ghetto was never about the thing itself, but about who is allowed to be seen. Walk into a corner store in Detroit or the Bronx, and you will spot the real streetwear. Tees stamped with block letters, hoodies thick enough to survive a Michigan winter, snapbacks with city codes. The look gets called ghetto. The store gets called a problem. City inspectors do not write tickets for style, but they will fine a bodega for a missing permit, a sidewalk display, or the wrong kind of sign. Any excuse to keep the shop on edge. No one says it is about the shirts, but everyone knows what is really getting policed. Meanwhile, try running a micro brand out of your trunk or direct messages on Instagram. Pop-up shops get shut down for littering. Street vending licenses cost more than a month's rent. The message is clear: keep your hustle invisible or pay up. By the time the same graphics hit a runway or a Soho boutique, the only thing about them that is called ghetto is the price tag. Now flip to TikTok. You choreograph a dance, spend hours nailing every move. Your video blows up, 2 million views, 500,000 recreations. The platform pays you 5 cents for every 1,000 views. That is $100. Meanwhile, an influencer with 10 times your followers copies your moves, lands a brand deal, and pockets $3 million. The algorithm does not care who started it. The audience does not always ask. There is no municipal code for stealing a vibe, no official penalty for borrowing slang or a dance, but the cost lands early. Creators watch their work go viral while someone else cashes out. Bodega owners get citations, not contracts. The same streetwear that is unprofessional in a job interview becomes iconic on a billboard. The same dance that is doing too much at a block party becomes the next big thing once it is on TV. They did not upgrade the culture. They upgraded who gets credit for it. If ghetto means unworthy, why does it keep turning into gold once it leaves the block? Maybe it was never about quality. Maybe it has always been about timing and who gets to set the trend. Balenciaga drops a runway collection with box braids. and the internet calls it genius. Vogue calls it fresh. 2 years earlier, a black girl gets suspended for the same braids. Now those same twists are racking up a 15% sales spike for the brand. The only thing that changed was the logo on the invite and the price tag. Flip to music. Hip-hop, once dismissed as noise and locked out of radio, now runs the global charts. Streaming platforms report hip-hop as 30% of all music played. The genre pulls in $10 billion a year, with executives cashing 8-figure checks. L.A. Reid's pay jumped from $12 million to $28 million in just 15 years. Jimmy Iovine turned Death Row Records into a $250 million juggernaut. The world tuned in once the money got loud. Slang goes viral too. On Fleek started as a 6-second vine from Peaches Monroe and hit 31 million loops. Brands swiped the phrase from IHOP and Denny's to Walmart tweets. Peaches started a GoFundMe to raise $100,000 to trademark her own words. She raised $13,600. Meanwhile, the phrase was everywhere, on mascara ads, t-shirts, and even breakfast specials. The creator got left on read while the copycats got paid. It's the same cycle every time. Reject, then mock, then copy, then profit, then accept. The world says ghetto until there is $1 to be made. Then it is not just okay. It is high fashion. It is chart topping. It is brand safe. They did not upgrade the culture. They upgraded who gets credit for it. If ghetto means unworthy, why does it always turn into gold once it leaves black hands? Maybe it was never about quality. Maybe it has always been about timing and who is allowed to set the trend. Supreme drops a hoodie for $330. Within hours, resale sites are on fire, an average resale price of $2,800, with some listings pushing past $3,000. That is an 850% markup, not for diamonds or gold, but for a logo that used to get you side-eyed on the subway. The Supreme and Louis Vuitton capsule was supposed to be a cultural bridge. What it really did was turn streetwear that once got called ghetto into a luxury badge. The hoodie is the same. The price, the credit, and the crowd are brand new. Meanwhile, the original Supreme shop workers are pulling $45,000 a year. Louis Vuitton executives, their bonuses alone could buy out every box logo on Grailed. The collaboration brought in headlines, hype, and a quick $500 million for Supreme. For Louis Vuitton, it was just 3% of annual revenue, a rounding error, but a PR jackpot. Suddenly, the same graphics that got you followed around a corner store are now cultural currency. Switch to TikTok. Jalaiah Harmon invents the renegade dance at age 14 in Atlanta. Her video racks up millions of views, but TikTok's algorithm buries her name. Addison Rae copies the moves, lands a spot on The Tonight Show, and bags over $3 million in brand deals in 2020. Jalaiah, after public outcry, gets a Puma partnership and a settlement that totals less than 1/10 of Addison's haul. The platform paid her about $100 for the original viral clip. The math is simple. One creates, another cashes out. This isn't a glitch. The profit hits hardest after the culture gets copied. The hoodie, the dance, the slang, what was called ghetto yesterday, is a flex today, as long as the right person is selling it. They didn't upgrade the culture. They upgraded who gets credit for it. If ghetto means unworthy, why does it keep turning into gold? Maybe it was never about the thing. Maybe it has always been about who is allowed to set the price. Right now, the cycle runs on autopilot. Reject, mock, copy, profit, accept. The culture didn't change. They just swapped out who gets the spotlight. So was it ever about quality or just control? Maybe ghetto was never the problem. Drop your take in the comments. Let's talk.